I have decided it is time to go camping, even though it's a little early in the year for it. We've had a string of fairly warm weather. It's supposed to change in the next 24 hours. Right now, I'm just heading to the campgrounds because I just had to go camping. I'm so tired of watching YouTube videos and just whetting my appetite for it that I thought, I'm finally going to do this. I have tried some new gear out. I'm trying a guide gear truck bed tent. I've never had it set up in here, so I'm taking a chance and that hopefully all the parts are there. But what's an adventure without a certain amount of chance? Also, I've got a new cot that I'm going to try out, and I'm going to use an electric heater so there's electricity at the campsite. So I've never had much luck with ceramic heaters. I'm going to use a milk house heater, Comfort Zone milk house. I'll see if it's good enough to keep a tent even like semi-warm. It's supposed to get down to 29 degrees tonight if it's in Fahrenheit, so it won't be bad. I mean, I could actually do without even a heater. But I saw a lot of videos and none of them showed what it's like to use an electric heater. So I'm going to try that tonight and see if it works. Anyway, I'm just happy to be on the road and having a little bit of an adventure. This is just going to be a quick one-night trip because tomorrow, even though it's fairly warm today for a January, holy cow, but tomorrow morning we're supposed to get some freezing drizzle and then later on 3 to 6 inches of snow. And they've been pretty accurate, but it's been a mild winter. That's why I just thought going out for one night wouldn't be such a bad idea. You know, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and for another Nebraska boy, Crazy Quady, I love watching his stuff. So if you get a chance, definitely watch it. Mine are just tack videos, but his are really good. I wanted to show the F-105. I've always liked this driving on I-80, the old Thunder Thud from Vietnam issue. But anyway, hopefully we'll be there pretty quick. I've decided I had some firewood at home, but I thought, yeah, I didn't want to move it around from out and back, so I'm just going to stop and get some firewood for tonight. So it'd be a perfect night to have a nice fire, sit around it. I've got a couple of good-looking pork chops. Might throw those on the grill, so we'll have a pretty good meal. And there's the river, all iced over. Well, I've got my campsite here. I'm going to go ahead and set the tent up, but I'm not going to show it because so many people have videos just bore you to tears setting up truck bed tents. And this is just like all the rest of them, so I don't think it'd be any problem. I'll let you know how hard it is with one person setting this up. It'd probably help to have two people, but I've set a lot of tents up before, and so we'll give this a try. Okay, we got it all set up. It took a little longer than I thought it would, just because it's the first time, but it wasn't any big deal. Just kind of, you know, you put the rain fly on backwards and then you realize it and it costs a little bit and then you get it back together again. Anyway, actually the guide gear did set up really well. The tent did. Let me run down here. I'll show you some of the other things that I have that we're trying out this trip. I'll try to get some better video later on when it gets dark, but I've got this, I haven't made it flat yet, but a collapsible cot, and I always have some foam to put on top of it just to insulate me a little bit, so we'll get a little cold. And my jacket, and I've got an old Hudson Bay wool blanket that I like to take along on trips because it is very warm. Old school, I like wool, you know, it's always going to retain its heat value even when wet. Here's the Comfort Zone milk house heater. We're going to try that. I also had this in the back of the truck, so I brought it out in case I got to charge anything. It's just a Stanley Jump It, but at the same time it's got the USB port connector right here. so I can turn it on, I can charge stuff. It's also got a built-in light, so tonight I'll have a little amount of power. They do have Wi-Fi here. I hear it's not too good, but we'll give it a shot, and we'll see how it goes. There's my press coffee maker. It's a Stanley. I like my coffee in the morning, so this is kind of a self-contained coffee pot, and hopefully it'll do a good job. Tonight I'll probably cook something, maybe those pork chops out on the wood grill there. I also brought my, and once again I'm old school, a lot of people don't use white gas stoves anymore, and I just like them. I like them a lot, and they work in any temperature, and I've never had any trouble with it, so I brought that along. So anyway, we'll see how this thing holds up. I'm kind of looking forward to a nice night out here. Oh, let me show you the campgrounds. I could have gone over by the lake, but I actually, once again, I'm getting older. There's the shower house. It's open actually, and the bathrooms are open and everything. So it's great that they keep this place open in the winter. But as for me, pretty much got the run of the place. There's one person over there, and on the other side of the bathrooms down there, there's a couple more people, but it's pretty empty. And the snow is finally melting. You can see the water there. I've got a certain amount of mud here. That's why I parked to this side. I'll probably end up walking on the other side just to stay out of the mud. But so far, kind of happy with how she's going. Well, time to go for a walk, I think. I got a little time before the sun goes down. Imagine we got about, let me look here, probably half an hour before it goes over the horizon. So we'll go just walk around, kind of enjoy the sights. Yeah, just to show you what it looks like in the shower house here and bathroom. I mean, where else in the middle of winter could you go? And it's probably 65, 70 degrees in here. It's warm. Be able to take a nice shower. It's really pretty cool. Great campgrounds. Well, waste not, want not. I found a stump that they're digging out here, and it's kind of punky wood, but what the heck, I'll throw it on the fire. Okay, well, I think it's time to get a fire going before the sun goes down. Naturally, you got Vaseline soaked cotton balls. They're fantastic as fire starters, and they're cheap. And that's what I like to use anyway. So let me get this thing going, and I got a couple of gotta use by a certain date pork chops that I'm going to throw on there, and they got the bones attached, so it'll be like pig sickle. Be perfect. There we go. It's been all 60 seconds, and those cotton balls really go off well. I just scraped up some branches I found on the ground too. That'll help for a little kindling. You gotta prep for a fire, that's for sure. I'm sitting here thinking, I don't know if you guys care about any of this stuff, but some of the stuff I've carried for a long time, I always have a knife. I just like a fixed blade buck, and I think it's the 112. Great knife. You can baton with it to split wood. I mean, you can get it razor sharp. It just, for whatever reason, a lot of knives I can't sharpen well. That one I can sharpen. I don't know why. There's some knives I can, some knives I can't. But I really like a good buck knife. Past history, I did a lot of climbing with my brother in the Cascades, and one year, I think the good Lord, I got to go to the top of Mount Rainier. I was with some really good people, friends from Colorado, Bob and Mary, if you're watching this. We did some canoeing in Quetico up in the Boundary Waters, and to this day, I just think about all those people that I was with and the stuff I learned from Pete and Willa and Doc and Sarah and Bob and Mary. Had a great time. Doc especially. I think about him often. He was actually a doctor of gerontology, but he was a good outdoorsman, and I learned a great deal in a very short period of time. I think that's what some people are missing nowadays, is not having the ability to go out and learn this from their folks. I mean, sometimes you just got to take it upon yourself, but it's sure nice when you've got maybe a father or even a mother or both that will take you on, camping adventures or canoeing or whatever, and teach you a few things about surviving or about life. I mean, you can sit at home and watch TV, or you can watch YouTube videos, and I do like watching them. But, when you're out here and you're staring at a fire and thinking deep thoughts, you can be a deep thought thinker. It's great. It's great. It's something that kind of slows you down. And now I'm pretty much retired, so I can do stuff like this, and I'm grateful to have that ability. Anyway, I'm going to sit here and stoke the fire and then get some food on. Well, here's a little something I haven't done in a while. I'm going to cook some hot dogs. May as well have a hot dog to go with my pork chops. This will eat good while I'm out here. But you find a green stick, you don't need any type of prongs or anything to stick them on. You just take the bark off, make a little skewer point here, there we go. Get all that should be good enough. Now sear it a little bit. She's got any little pieces of wood hanging off it. Knife wise, and I'll stick myself. Now, I'm going to get a dog to stick on this thing. Actually, it's a smoked sausage. And there you go. Works out pretty well. Some beefsteak rye to stick it on, that should be pretty good. I like to kind of make them black on the outside. Shouldn't take too long to cook this tonight. There we go. Nice and seared. I know a lot of people don't like them this way, but I sure do. And, oh yeah, by using a green stick, it doesn't ever burn, so you don't have to worry about it. See? It's not going to burn off and fall in the fire. Let's try this. Oh no. Huh. Tell you what, it doesn't get any better than this. Because all food tastes better cooked over an open fire. It does. And it's starting to get a little chill in the air. This is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. And that is one good Polish sausage. After this, I'll flip this over and go ahead and put the pork chops on. So at least I'm eating good. I might have to make another one of these. Alright, I'm going to make some orange and spice tea. The old school way. I do like this. Okay. Now this, can't remember, Stanley press, coffee press, works great. I've fired this up in a while. Here we're going old school. Like I said, not many people use this anymore. Naturally, the smoke always goes towards you. For those of you who have not seen a light gas stove, these things work great. In all types of weather. A lot of people don't know, especially butane doesn't work below freezing. Propane, it works, but just not as good as it should. This will work all the time. Got to let the bar heat up in here, the generator. And then the yellow flame will die down. Well, we still got a little bit of snow on the ground, but like I said, by tomorrow night, we're supposed to have, might even be updated, but I think it was 3 to 6 or 5 to 7, so we'll get the snow. But it's been a pretty mild winter, so we can't complain too much. Ooh, that's hot. Oh, nothing like a good hot drink. You're outside. This hot spiced tea may not be the greatest in the world. Here, let me turn this down a little bit. Sorry, I'm using an old GoPro, so I gotta kind of, it doesn't have a display back, so I gotta kind of judge, hey, am I in the picture or not? I'll tell you what, hot spiced tea and the pork chops are looking really good. Flip these over. Make sure they're good and done, but they are just about there. I'm just going to leave you on here. Whoa. Take a look at that. Oh man. That's a lot of, ooh, that's hot. A lot of protein there. Gotta let these cool off a little bit. Oh my goodness. There, take a look. Whew. Yeah, plenty warm. This, you know, I haven't been winter camping in a long time. Also, I should probably say, if you watch some of my other videos, my wife and I, we have a 17-foot Viking trailer that we love, and it is fun. I've also got about 4 tents and a whole bunch of, I'm kind of a stove, or an oven, not an oven, a stove fanatic. So I've got a lot of outdoor equipment. But, you know, the RV is fantastic. I do like it. But at the same time, there's something about tent camping. It's kind of amazing that I don't do it more often. I think now that I'm retired, I'm going to. That's another thing I want to learn. You know, I've always wanted to be a decent fisherman, and I've never really had the time. Well, now I have the time, so I'm going to see about doing more fishing, get my license here pretty quick, and I can see myself spending a lot more time out here, and eating and drinking and just enjoying it. Here, try a bite of one of these here. I think it's cooled off enough. Oh man. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Talk about tasty, oh boy. I'm telling you, there's nothing like meat on a stick. That is freaking awesome. I got these at Hy-Vee. They already have seasoning on them, so all I really had to do is throw them on a fire. Between this and the hot tea, man, this is some good eating, folks. Sun's going down. Here, I'll turn it. Take a look here. Fire's nice. I'm enjoying every second of this. Well, I think I'm going to go down and take maybe a hot shower and get ready for bed here. I'll probably be up for a while. And I'm going to see if I can get the Wi-Fi working and maybe watch a movie too. But in the meantime, boy, it's sure been pleasant just staring at the fire and enjoying the evening. It's 42 degrees right now, I just checked, so it's very, very nice. Fire makes it perfect. Well, I'll tell you what, with this electric heater in here, not a problem keeping it any temperature I want it to. It's 42, probably a little less than that now outside. The smokehouse heater, I've actually had to turn it down to the lower setting and set the thermostat because it was getting too hot in here. So I shouldn't have any problem sleeping good tonight. Anyway, I would recommend, if you've got an electrical outlet, use an electric heater. Why fool around with propane? Anyway, Wi-Fi signal, I can't get it out here. So I'm just gonna kind of kick back, watch maybe a movie on my phone, and call it a night.